Mpachiamaka. You see this list that you don't want me to see? I know you very well, oh. I know you. Make sure you don't use this your wicked and greedy attitude to send my daughter's suitors away, oh.
Mechoneba! Mechonu! I the one who trained her. Have you been paying abuse here?
But I carried her for 9 months.
You carried her for 9 months. Did you carry me for 9 months? Today we'll know whether I married you or you married me.
Babe won't go see safe. The babe, which one? You know you get the pleats, the good particular one. No, now you have seen her. It's Jessica. You sure have I know this lady. You know her. You know her. I'm trying to look good for that right? See this guy, you. Lover boy. You know her, I'm telling you.
My son, how are you? Welcome, no? Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome, my in-laws.
Asa.
My in-law.
My son.
This is the cooler you brought for me.
My son, your days belong, go.
So we are here to ask the daughter's hand in marriage, sir.
Which of you, you or you?
Myself, sir.
Let's. Chamaka, the other side. A beautiful daughter. Very brilliant. Do you know this man? Which of them do you know? This one or this one? Yeah. I hope. Go ahead, we'll call you. Young man, you like my daughter, eh?
Very well, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Very well.
Okay. Hope you're a responsible man.
A very responsible one, sir.
So, let's go down to business. Okay. Here it is, eh? Take a look at it.
Excuse me, sir.
My sons.
Please, 4 plots of land in any of the billionaire series by P1 Plus. Sir, I think there's a mistake here.
A mistake?
I think
A mistake? What don't you understand? Is it the billionaire's island you don't understand, or the 4 plots of land?
Sir, we don't understand anything.
You don't understand. Are you not in this Asaba? You've not heard of Billionaire's Island series. You've not even heard of P1 Plus. And you want to marry my daughter? See, that's my daughter. You saw her and you liked her. She's fine, right? Good. Now, Billionaire's Island series are estates offered by P1 Plus, are the best estates currently in the city of Asaba. And they have 464 square meter plots there. 4 of those 464 square meter plots in any of those estates, whether the ones in Amachai at Opanam or the ones at Edo Gwashi, any 4 is fine. And from 3.5 million naira, you can get one of them. Are you not capable?
We are capable. We are capable, my in-law. We are capable.
Okay.
It's fine, sir.
No problem. What's the issue?
Information, they say, is key. And by key, do well to join us every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Hello viewers, I am Ambassador Dr. Julius Oyedemi, your most astounding CEO 2023 P1 Group. The best radio to listen to is no other than Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Thank you.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first
Hello
real
everybody,
estate
this is Vivian Imako, the ED, P1 Perfection Business Investments Limited, and you're listening to Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Keep it locked. God bless you.
All right, a beautiful morning to you, Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to yet another amazing moment on Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. My name is David, and welcome to today's edition of Table Talk. Of course, it comes your way every Monday morning, and I'm feeling like somebody going for dinner event this beautiful Monday morning. Trust you had a wonderful weekend, and hope your Monday is going fine as planned. A big shout out to all government workers. I had a conversation with a friend of mine based in Port Harcourt who happens to be a government worker, and she was just happy of the fact that happy with the fact that there is strike is beginning today. And it's an opportunity for her to sit back and relax. And I'm like, okay, congratulations to you. So if you're out there, government workers, big congratulations to you. At least Monday, you don't have to stress. You don't have, you're not stressing yourself. You're not going anywhere, so you're home. Okay, all right. Welcome everybody to Table Talk. Of course, we come your way every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And today's edition is not an exception. Do well to join us and be part of the conversation this morning via the comment section and also via our WhatsApp number. And of course, the number is right there on the screen. Okay. Of course, we begin the show, as usual, with what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. And I have a dear friend and brother who will be joining me this morning via... he'll be joining me live online. So we intend to do this via our Telegram live stream. And I'm not sure if... Good morning, Victor. Can you hear me? Okay, so I think this is the first time I'm trying to do this. I'm not sure. So I think I'll just have to go back to We'll go back to use WhatsApp voice call. All right. We begin the show immediately with what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. Wifo, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Good morning.
All right. You're very much welcome to Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. I'm super excited you are here. Victor is a friend, he's a brother. We've been doing this for a long time. We've come a long way. You don't think we would run this kind of level. And I think yesterday I met you today. I don't always know I know they always remember to message you on time. I don't know why. Okay. Voila. But I'm glad you're able to make it to join us this morning. All right, we begin the show immediately without taking more time with what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. Do not forget to like, to comment, and to share. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Let everyone around you know that we're live, and we're about to get into some serious conversation. So immediately we begin with what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. A meeting between the top echelon of the National Assembly of the national executives of just food this place. A meeting between the top echelon of the National Assembly and the National Executive of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and Trade Union Congress (TUC) ended in a deadlock on Sunday. The union vowed to continue its scheduled strike today. And then number two, quickly, there was a drama at Oragold Divisional Police Headquarters in Kwara State on Sunday when soldiers invaded the station and forcefully moved out rescued Kogi Varsity students. In a statement on Sunday evening, the Kwara Police Command described the action of the soldiers as disrespectful and totally unacceptable. Number three, quickly, the federal government has warned workers planning to embark on the indefinite strike declared by labor unions that they risk a 6-month jail term. I mean, now be said they could arrest plenty people with that. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, gave the warning in a statement on Sunday. Number four, former governor of Sokoto State and Senator representing Sokoto South, Aminu Waziri Tambuwa, has described the current hardship in the country as a persecution of re-electing the All Progressive Congress. Okay. Repercussion, not persecution. Yeah. Repercussion of re-electing the All Progressive Congress. I agree. Government in 2023. He said this during a stakeholders meeting of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Sokoto on Sunday. Number five, quickly, the federal government has increased the 2024 budgetary allocation of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, NCPWD, by 500% of what it received in 2023. Executive Secretary ES of the Commission, Mr. James Lalu, dropped the hint in Abuja during a chat with NAN on Sunday. Number six, all right, a businessman, Ali Usman, has been killed by his ex-employee identified simply as Zuba and an accomplice, one Rasak, in the Agboa Ikose community in Ekwe local government area of Lagos State. It was gathered that Usman was riding his bicycle with his son, Sobwa, when Zuba and Rasak ambushed them at a desolate location close to his residence around the General Hospital area of Agboa Ikose. And then number seven, quickly, the cost of liquefied petroleum gas, otherwise known as cooking gas, appears to be on a downward spiral. Lately, consumers in Ogun State or Lagos, Oyo, and others confirmed on Sunday that the average cost of 1 kilogram of cooking gas is now around 1,000 naira or below, depending on the location and the seller. All right, number eight, quickly, the Central Bank of Nigeria on Sunday expressed relief that Nigerians have fully embraced the introduction of Islamic banking years after speculations made the round that it was an attempt to Islamize the country. This was disclosed by the CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso at a reception organized to honor the Secretary General Organization of Islamic Cooperation Habilitation Center, Dr. Omar Oseni in Abuja. All right. Number 9, the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Anambra State, Adeoye Irelewi, has confirmed that no fewer than 3 persons died in an incident that occurred on Sunday when a truck lost control and rammed into 2 tricycles at Ogba on the Onitsha-Owerri Expressway, Idimili North local government area of the state. And then lastly, for this morning, on a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested a 70-year-old grandfather with 57.2 kg of cannabis in Nasarawa State and also seized over 2.1 billion codeine-based syrup and loud, a synthetic cannabis strain, at the Port Harcourt Seaport and Murtala Mohammed International Airport. I have joined with me this morning, like I made mention earlier, a friend and a brother in the person of Victor Ogbonna, and I have quite a number of persons also online with me. WhatsApp group call. It's a WhatsApp group call. I see Olayemi Frosh, and I see a particular number that has no name. Good morning, gentlemen of the press. How are you all doing this beautiful Monday morning?
Yeah, I'm on the group.
All
Good
right,
morning,
yeah,
good
we're on the
morning,
show.
good
We're on the
morning,
show. Olayemi Frosh,
How's the day going?
I think I've met you before. I can't remember. Olayemi Frosh. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. We've had a conversation before.
Exactly. Fantastic.
I've been on your show before. I've been on your program before.
Oh, beautiful. Victor, thank you for bringing Olayemi Frosh to the show this morning. All right. I think today is already a good day. Okay. So first, we'll begin with Table Talk is a program that...
Sorry, before we begin.
Yes.
I would like Mr. Oshoba to introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Oshoba. Okay.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Oshoba.
All right, Oshoba, thank you very much. Good morning and welcome. I almost forgot I'm on camera. Look at me looking under the table. All right, we have Olayemi Frosh, we have Oshoba, we have Victor Ogbonna this morning. We begin with what everybody is literally talking about this morning. Adamant Labour, I'm reading from The Guardian, Adamant Labour begins strike as National Assembly truce meeting fails. And the rider here says, industrial action illegal, premature, says AGF. Aviation unions to withdraw services at airport. Organized private sector vows to enforce no work, no pay. Nance back Labour asks FG to concede. Don't allow strike to happen. Yoruba groups begs Tinubu. WAEC candidates to stay at home as Labour shuts down schools. Hey, gentlemen of the press, Lagos, Nigeria. Let me take a few paragraphs here, and then I'll allow my my guests with me this morning to say a few things. All government establishments, including members of the private sector, will down tools today as organized labor begins a nationwide indefinite strike over government failure to pass into the law a new national minimum wage act and reverse the hike on electricity tariff to 65 naira per kilowatt. Also, all affiliate unions of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) have been mobilized to comply with the strike. This came as the leadership of the National Assembly met with the organized labor in Abuja yesterday in a last-ditch effort to avert a strike which did not yield a desired outcome. Specifically, the organized labor said its decision stands despite last-minute effort by the National Assembly leadership to prevent a potential economic shutdown by the unions. Let me begin with you, Victor.
Yes, please. Well, first off, I want to talk about the shutdown of the national grid because I don't understand why we are trying to get to an higher impasse with the government, and then you are going straight to shut down the national grid. Guy, why? Why? I'm just pissed off because there's so many ways we can go about this without affecting the civilians or the citizens. Because you are telling us to join the strike, and the are making us to suffer. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to manage my words because at the end of the day, all of us are into this. And then you cannot say because you want to get a solution from the government or you want to meet a dialogue with the government, and then you're coming to make us suffer more. So I don't know.
Olayemi. Are you there? Olayemi?
Yeah, I'm actually with Victor. Yes. I'm actually with Victor regarding the shutdown of the power stations.
Yeah, when I saw that news,
grid. I mean,
exactly. When I saw that news on one of the newspapers, I'm like, has it gotten to that extent?
I mean, Ajero is from that sector, and he should know better, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, we have hospitals that really rely on the national grid for power. We have people on life. Electricity is classified as an essential service. There's no how how comprehensive the strike should be that will make you shut down the power grid. That should not affect the power grid at all. So I am not with Ajero on that. It should do better, actually, and I feel it should do the needful. However, I also blame the Ministry of Power. They should have put proactive steps to ensure that there's no disruption power supply nationwide, especially across all the TCN stations that we have across the country. They should have put security measures to ensure that there's no disruption. So regarding the demands of labor, I'm fully with labor regarding that. There's no how. The current minimum is no longer acceptable. It's not a living wage. Basically, 30K cannot do anything in anybody's life. If you factor in inflation, you factor in removal of subsidy and how well it has affected every corners, nooks and crannies of the economy, there's no how you can continue 30K wage. And the proposed 60K from the federal also not a living. It's not a living wage. 60K is not a living wage in today's reality.
Yes,
I mean, if you do a random check of the price list of basic commodity, 60K cannot cover the cost. So I'm with Ajero on the drastic increase in the minimum wage. I actually Ajero proposed 615. I mean, I know 615 is not there's no how 615 is feasible. Any minimum wage at less than 200. I don't think we are ready for reality, actually. But then there's a need for us to actually restructure, especially at the civil service. I can't have somebody that your own responsibility is just for you to come and stamp a booklet and yet you're on the minimum wage. The service has to be more productive. It has to be more productive in such a way it would affect revenue generation positively. So these are the conversation that I feel that they should be having at a high table. Do we need to restructure the civil service? Do we need to downsize? It might sound very harsh, but that's the reality of things. People need to be paid for actually doing the work, not people paying for levity. I mean, there are so many roles that are actually very redundant in the civil service that I feel, because I have a bit of experience during my internships while I was in university and even post-university too. So I have an idea of how it works in the civil service. Some of this role, they need to actually restructure these roles. They need to actually, how will I put it? They need to actually lay some people, several layoffs needs to be done in the civil service, and also work revenue civil service. Then we can now talk about the living wage has to be talked about before we even talk about restructuring of the civil service. We must arrive at the living wage. Which I feel is
a living wage. I like that statement. A living wage.
Yeah, we must reach that conclusion on what defines the living wage before we even talk about restructuring the civil service. For the private sector, I think for the private sector have the capacity, maybe not all, they have the capacity to actually meet this demands of a living wage. If it is well implemented, it's well adhered to. But for the civil service, I know that it work, given how large their workforce is. But if we can undergo restructuring, like I mentioned, of some of the roles in the civil service, I feel we can actually integrate living wage in the civil service that the government, even state governments, will be able to afford to pay.
All right. I'm
So
trying to. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Well said. I'm trying to remember the name of this other person. Someone please help me remind me his name.
Oshoba, Mr. Oshoba, Honorable.
Yes. Honorable Oshoba.
Yes. Honorable.
Yeah. Let's have your take, sir.
Yeah, I'm also going to go the lines of Victor and Frosh.
Yeah.
First, I think the idea of shutting down the power grid is out of place. I think it is not well thought out. I believe that, okay, if you say you are fighting for the people, the common men in the street,
yes,
you understand, you should put their interests at that. Because at the end of the day, shutting down the power grid, it's still these people that are going to actually suffer it, because they are the one who use this power more, because the elite in quote, they probably run on generators,
diesel, yeah.
They don't even know if you start, so they don't even know if you have power or not. So these people, the common people are the ones who would need power. We want to protect. Stand that okay, we need to patch it together. But I don't think shutting down power will make any difference or will contribute anything to it. I was speaking to a friend who says if they shut down the power grid, it means that people will go out to protest another. I don't think strike. I don't think they are the same thing. I think if we want to go on strike, we are going on strike. We don't need to go on the street and start fighting or protesting and all of that. So that being said, also talking about the reason for all of this itself, I think it is long overdue. I think it's something that NLC also have done now, because everything in this country is really unbearable. You understand? Because we cannot just afford to continue living this way. You understand? The point, I think people are already beginning to lose trust, confidence in the labor. I hope they are going to stand their ground this time around and build or let people see that okay, labor, they can still trust the Nigeria Labour Congress, and Labour Congress can still be that voice of the common man. You understand? So I hope also that this guy is going to achieve wherever aim that they have set out, the goals that they've set out, and some sort of people will not go back to at the end and go behind back to talk to the political elite and call up the striking like 2-3 hours after the strike, because we've seen situations like this
play out in ASU.
You understand? Because you understand. So I just hope this strike is going to achieve the goal they set out for it to achieve. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I want to ask a question. What does the private sector stand to benefit from labor's action, in your own opinion? Let me begin with Olayemi.
Okay. What private sector tend to achieve? Is that what your question?
Yes, like benefits. What does the private sector stand to benefit from labor's action?
Well, when you're talking about this sector, are you talking about the employers or the employees?
Both the employers especially. Labor is more of government workers, government stuff, and all that. So do the private workers also, the private sector, do they also stand to benefit from what labor is, labor's action?
If the minimum wage is incorporated and is signed into law, it should cover both private and public sector. For private sector, if you have an employee register of 25 and above,
okay,
so you're dead. Law. So it covers you too. So for the employees, you understand, they tend to benefit when there's an increase in minimum wage. So they in their money, that should affect them. Employers, you understand? I mean, if purchasing power is poor,
yes,
across board, I mean, nobody will modernize your business. Nobody would invest in your business. So on the flip side, for the employers, when we improve on the purchasing power, you understand, everyone across board tend to benefit from it. I mean, business drastically improve. You understand? So these are the things that we put into consideration.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next story. Yes. All right, quickly we'll move on.
Let me cut in quickly.
Okay.
Let me cut in quickly, David. You were asking how the private sector benefits. I mean, the labor people are not just fighting for increment; they're also fighting for the reduction of electricity tax. I mean,
yes, so very true, very true.
At the end of the day, if at the end of the day they succeed with all of this, I mean, the private sector will be one of the biggest winners because I mean, everybody run on electricity, and then it is now the tariff to
all right.
100%. And now it's almost 200 plus, or let's say more than 200 plus. So at the end of the day, this is for all, it's for everybody. It's going to affect directly or indirectly in a positive way. If strike is full, then the government comes to list the Labour Party, Labour Union have to.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. This time around, let's head to Rivers. Fubara is celebrating victory over political crisis in Rivers. Just take 3 paragraphs there, and then Rivers State's Governor Similelaye Fubara, at a Thanksgiving service yesterday, expressed gratitude to God for guiding him through the troubling political crisis in the state. Fubara recalled that a few months ago, when the crisis heightened, it was difficult to believe that his administration would be in charge to give thanks to God for navigating through the troubled waters. Recall that the state chapter of All Progressive Congress, APC, last month ordered the 26 lawmakers loyal to the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and some Wike to reinitiate impeachment processes against the governor for allegedly failing to implement the 8-point resolutions directed by President Bola Tinubu. But the governor scaled through as the court ordered the lawmakers to stop parading themselves as lawmakers. So should Fubara celebrate, or should he just get ready for more comeback? Let me start with Honorable. The only Honorable in the house, Honorable Shoba.
Actually, Fruit is actually honorable, yeah, because we call him honorable. However, yeah, the River politics is a very one is if to celebrate for him to celebrate, but at the same time, every win is a will, and if he feels he wants to celebrate, well, it's left to him. But the River State politics is actually a very crazy one, and I believe that the presidency should actually only play the role of the maker in that issue. I don't want to use the word conflict. In that issue, not fight. Because like the president is taking sides. And if you look at the issue, you can tell that stakeholders, the elders in the River State, they are solidly behind Fubara. Because when this issue started, it was actually a little calm. People even saying that how can the governor be acting so slow and all of that. But at the point that got the confidence or the backing of the elders of the state, and so he had the balls to stand up against Wike and all of that.
Yeah.
It is only normal. This same Wike was one who was shouting that he was always campaigning against Godfatherism and all of that. But it is actually very funny that he's not playing the same role in River. And as a man, if you cannot be a coward, be a governor. You understand? You have
exactly.
For yourself, stand up for your people, stand up for what. So if I don't think you're doing anything wrong, you should just go ahead, be strong, and face this issue head on. I think that is all.
Okay. Victor, I want to ask a question from this Fubara Wiki Higi Hagios outcome. Why is it is very, very common in this part of the world. I don't know of other places. I'm not really sure, but I live here in Nigeria, so it is something I've observed. It is something I've observed over time. Hope you can hear me. Okay, yeah, it is something I've observed over time. For instance, I'm the governor of Lagos State, and I brought you in, or you happen to be the next person to be the governor after my own term or my own administration. And then I begin to control the affairs of that same state through you. Why is it always like that? Being the fact that he's the minister of FCT, but he still wants to, he's still prognosing into the administration of somebody. Why not just concentrate on where you are and move on? Why is it always like that in Nigeria? Do you think, okay, let's say, because this is what I'm thinking now, probably I am trying to guide you, or I don't want you to make mistakes, or I don't want you to expose me. Is it that I don't want you to expose me, or I want to, continue to be, a stakeholder of a certain percentage of whatever is coming in from the state? Probably I've done quite a number of things during my own tenure, and there are some things that I have not really gotten finished, and I want to get them through you. I'm just reasoning different reasoning. I don't know what's the word I want to use. I just say reason different things. But the major question is, why is it always so that after after someone's administration, the next person, the previous administrator will now be disturbing the present administration?
Thank you for this question. I remember when I was trying to choose my final year project.
Yes.
And then I thought of godfatherism in Nigeria, and I finally chose it as my topic.
Yeah, you're a strong man for you to choose that topic.
I didn't know I was shooting myself. I was shooting myself on the foot. And then when I started working on the project, my lecturer was telling me, "Is this all you can offer? Is this what you can bring on godfatherism in Nigeria?" Okay, he said, "Let me make it easy for you. Just do godfatherism in Lagos." And even at that, God, it was a hell.
Deeper than what you ever imagined.
My brother, guy. At the end of the day, I came to the conclusion that, our political system was built on this. I will tell you nothing but the truth. It's just built on this godfatherism. Everybody wants to be, like, everybody's entitled. Like, if I'm taking it to as the level of the local government chairman, I'm getting nothing less than 65% of everything, and it's alarming. It's outrageous. At this point, with what is happening in Rivers State, I'm happy because last month I was in Rivers State and I saw everything. I was very different opinion, and then I finally realized that this man is trying to get himself away from that of Farah's and godfatherism per se.
Yes, he's trying to break that yoke of godfatherism.
It's coming into Port Harcourt in every 2-3 weeks. Like, guy, let this man. You came in as this man, and we understand political dynamics of supporting the thing in this one and doing that one. But at the end of the day, bro, this man is the government,
sitting governor, executive governor,
elected
governor.
Just give your exactly. Pass. Seen this the House of Tea. We've seen switching over to cross carpeting to other political parties and then we've seen Fubara drastic decisions like taking the House of Assembly to the government house.
Yeah.
So that was carpet guy, you're no longer a holding or a serving member of already cross carpet to the other party. And I like what he's doing. I would say it's a victory for all.
And is what giving God thanks.
It's a good step.
Okay, all right. Let's move on. Galvanizing a new Nigeria with old anthem. I'll begin with Olayemi. This morning, while we were in the meeting before the show started, I said something during our general meeting. I said, looking at this from the spiritual angle, this is what they call setback. Because I took my time last week to go through the history of the old anthem and the new anthem. And I got to discover that this old anthem was what, the colonial masters gave to Nigeria, because they said we cannot have a nation without an anthem. So let us give them an anthem. Now, an anthem was given to them. I think, what year was 2018 or so? And then no. And then afterwards, they now said, since we are now independent as a nation, it's good we have our own thing, our own anthem by our own self. Oh yeah, everybody come together. They was just like a Nigerian Idol or MTN. What did they used to call that thing now? MTN. That MTN show that they used to do for singers, and people came together and brought different songs, and somebody puts just from all the whole composers, took one line, took one word, took one line, took one word, gathered it together and brought out the Arise O Compatriots anthem. Now, Tinubu, our beloved president, His Excellency, sir, now come and say it was part of his priority. Priority. And you know what the word priority means? Now, from the Guardian here, galvanizing a new Nigeria with old anthem. Do you think it's going to work? Is this not setback? I mean, if you are looking at it from the spiritual angle, why are we? Because I made a statement in one of the posts that one day, now that they've asked us to go back to the colonialic anthem, and they might ask us to go back to the colonialism era again. Olayemi Frosh, you have the table and the mic.
You see, my stance on the new anthem is very simple. I think
no, call it old new anthem,
particularly the presidency strategically they meant to hold anthem at the time of their 1 year anniversary to actually drive talking points from their assumed power. But if you observe, the public space largely has been discussing about this anthem thing, the controversy about the anthem, the IC for not standing up for the new anthem. So conversation, especially particularly come to hear their opinion, and instead of it has actually driven conversation from the appraisal of their art.
Okay, I know network is a thing. All right, yo. All right. I think let's just let me take a quick break so that I can reconnect with my people. Network has been a little challenge this morning. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Blessing, my bestie. Hi, this is Favor, my bestie, and we are twinning together. But it doesn't just end with matching outfits.
Do you want to know how big girls twin? Come with us.
To my name,
a parcel of land to my name.
Now that's how big girls twin. Whoa!
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I just had to quickly connect back to my I just had to quickly connect back to my guest this morning. All right, Yami, please continue with your thoughts. Just round up on that, so we'll then we have 2 more stories to go this morning.
Okay, let me quickly summarize what I mentioned. So, like I said, the introduction of the old anthem,
yes,
it's actually not relevant in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
Because we have April 18th or 15th. I mean, a review committee also have been set up prior to that date,
yes,
to actually determine the next minimum wage. You understand, for consideration. These are the part of agitations from labor. So I also feel it's a clear distraction from conversation regarding the appraisal period of the presidency. Since 1 year they assumed office.
Yes.
I mean, everyone, the new term has driven conversation both online and partially offline from their appraisal, discussing about how well they've performed or how well they've not performed in the last 1 year, towards talking about the new anthem. I mean, it's a general opinion. It seems to be like a general opinion that the last 1 year has not been palatable since they assumed power. So I think it's a damage control strategy from the presidency PR or media team.
Damage control strategy.
Yeah. To drive conversation from discussing about the abysmal performance in the last 1 year towards talking about introduction of a new. I mean, new anthem, old anthem. It's actually not relevant in the grand scheme of things. Do they affect economic development? No. Does it bring infrastructural development? No. So we shouldn't even give it spotlight. You know, so it should be dead on arrival. Anthem we choose to do. I mean, whichever one we choose to do would not affect economic development if we don't put the right things in place and also at the right time.
Oshoba, can you sing the new anthem? You cannot. Victor, can you sing it?
I'm still learning.
Okay. What about you, Yemi?
I am busy trying to improve on my economic earnings.
Had it been somebody could sing it this morning, I would have given that person 5,000 immediately. But nobody, unfortunately. Let's continue. And this one says, don't allow police officers extort your hard-earned money. IGP urges Nigerians. Oshoba.
You see, the issue of police and the citizen, it's something that is going to keep reoccurring, you understand? Because we understand that the IGP and also all those high-ranking officers in the police always want to come online to appear that, okay, these people are clean, in quotes, that these police are clean, but in quotes, but we know what these people do behind closed door. We know what they do when their organs in quotes are not there. You can only come online to say don't let these people extort you and all of that. But when you see a policeman pointing a gun at you and all of that, you want to also put your safety first. You want to put your life first.
Yes.
I saw a video. Was it not last week I saw a video last week when some policemen were trying to force themselves into an apartment of some guys somewhere in the east, where, and those guys they cannot come in another because they don't have search warrants and all of that. But there's a part of me that was just being very sympathetic with this guy because I know what is going to end that kind of video, because I know those guys will go back, reinforce and come back, and before you know it's going to be something very crazy. I hope those guys would have left that building at least for a period of time. So saying it online is not enough. Coming online to say it just for saying sake is not enough. There should be action. There should be actions that so that it will serve as a detriment for other police officers. If one of them has been caught doing something that does not align with the ethics of the job, they should be punished severely.
Yes.
And the punishment should be made public so that other police officers will see this and they will learn from it.
Yeah.
But coming online to say don't allow them to see your phone, don't allow them to extort, it is not enough, because these people have gone with them, and he who has a gun has almost everything, because I cannot risk my life for maybe a few thousands of naira, because I know these people, they are trigger happy. They can just put the trigger, kill an innocent soul, and they'll blame it on discharge or whatever, and it's just going to be another for run for a week on the social media, and everybody will forget about it. So it's just best that you don't do whatever they ask you to do at that point, so that you can live. But the core or the major point is that the police commission should do better. They should look for a way to to make sure that police officers that have faulted or flouted their laws are severely dealt with. That is.
All right. Thank you. Okay. It's already 11 a.m. and this session is to last for 1 hour. We have Nigerian lacks transformational leaders or Basenjo. Olayemi, you're just going to say something about that, and then Victor, for our last story. Okay, Victor, I want you to just say something about Nigerian lacks transformational leaders or Basenjo speaking, and then Olayemi, you will speak on this very one that says Lagos, I think regionalism, we won't be part of Western region, Lagos indigenes. So let me begin with Victor in 20 seconds and so that we'll be out of here as
Obasanjo doing all of this now, I think is medicine after death, because I mean, this guy was one of the front runners of our democracy, our politics, and all of that, and he was two-time president and even proposed for a third term. So yes, he created EFCC, brought NEPA, was it NEPA? No,
MTN too.
Network service provider. He did most of it. So man, this guy coming out to tell us all of this thing, I'm not interested. Because
I'm not interested.
I mean, he had his time. He had his time to do.
So, in other words, he said Nigerian life transformational leader. So, he's part of them because he was. Are you there?
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know. We saw during the last election, he was trying to push Peter Obi front and all of that. But, bro, you had your time. You had your time, bro. He did some things, but then at the end of the day, I don't know. These are not the issues now. The issues is to start talking to elder statesmen. Guy, now like this is supposed to be. This guy is supposed to be have meeting with Tinubu in Aso Rock, meet with people. How do we go about changing Nigeria? This president.
Funny enough, no. You see, the thing is funny enough. They know what to do. You see this conversation they know what to do, but the willpower is not just there. Selfish interest is also at play.
I mean, Obasanjo has one of the biggest farms in Nigeria. He's got so many things. But I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what he's saying now.
Okay.
Basically, we just want to speak for the common people, the people in my environment, the illiterates that don't know how to go about it.
Well,
just meant to be the voice for them, not him going from one pillar to the post, telling us this one, telling us that one. Damn, you had your time.
Since you're not interested in what he's saying, I think Olayemi will be interested in saying something about we won't be part of Western region, Lagos indigenes. Lagos State indigenes on Sunday vowed to reject a bill seeking the return of Nigeria to the regional government. Olayemi, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, let me just quickly say something on that. I don't think it's within their place to actually determine whether they'll be part of the Western or whether they'll be part of the regional government system. So we all know that the old regional system, some parts of Lagos were actually, they stood independently. That's talking about from Edo towards the island, while other parts of Lagos, like on the mainland, was part of the Western region. If that's the same thing they're talking about, probably these are some of the nitty-gritties that will be discussed when we move into a regional government. If a restructuring is done. I really don't think Nigeria will restructure, to be honest. There seems to be no light at the end of that tunnel. Even the president
never took the light.
Even the president
shuts the light. Sorry, continue. Don't mind me.
Okay, the president knows that it will become very unpopular, particularly in the north, if he decides to restructure. I don't think he's willing to risk at this first time. I don't think he's willing to risk his political career for him to restructure Nigeria. Restructuring, to me, in my opinion, yeah, of course, economically and infrastructurally, I am in support of restructuring, but there's a whole conversation about that. I mean, time will not permit me to start bringing out my own facts and stuffs about.
We might actually have that conversation. Okay, would one of these days on the Morning Delight program that comes up on Wednesday 10 a.m. would talk about that. Would have time extensively to talk about restructuring in Nigeria.
Let me quickly chip in. Yeah, during the
Victor, it seems you like cheap things. You just want to chip in. Okay, continue.
We saw Shetima talking about restructuring. Nobody gives the hell. He doesn't give a hell about restructuring and all of that. So I'm surprised why we are talking about restructuring now, because I mean this man categorically came out and told us you guys should go to hell with restructuring. We are not doing that. So now they are talking about restructuring.
Okay. All right, Yemi Moshoba, Victor Ogbonna, thank you very much for being a part of this session. Quite short notice, and you made it. And you are the reason why this session this morning is very, very, very. I mean, you are the reason why the session this morning is the way it is. I look forward to doing this again with you guys. Hopefully, one of these days. Yemi, I think you're based on the island.
Yeah. My office is on the island, Victoria Island.
Oh, okay. Well, no problem. What about you, Oshoba?
No, I'm on the mainland.
Okay. You are the main people. All right. I look forward to having.
I mean, I'm in between mainland and island.
Yeah. You are not. Let's not say it. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for being a part of this session. It has been a wonderful time so far. We're back again at 1 p.m. for the real estate in Nigeria. Yeah, the real estate market trend. The real estate market trend, where we bring to you abreast of the latest happenings in the real estate industry. On behalf of me, myself, and I, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio. Okay, goodbye and see you again at 1 p.m.
Hello, my name is Sotoye Dan, and I'm pretending to use the Wi-Fi service at Billionaire City by Cedarwood. But guess what? It is not ready yet, even though it will be ready when this estate is launched. At Billionaire City by Cedarwood, we pride ourselves for what we have here, an amazing development, a confluence of nature and technology. Billionaire City by Cedarwood would explore futuristic tech amenities to ensure that you have the utmost experience here. From the automated gates to the QR code system for visitor access to CCTV surveillance, periodic drone surveillance, Billionaire City by Cedarwood assures of security. But beyond the security you'll enjoy here, Billionaire City by Cedarwood would have other amazing amenities. Here, there'll be a tech hub and co-workspace, so you need not worry too much about troubleshooting your gadgets or getting modern tech information. Aside from that, there'll be a fitness center and a spa, a grocery store, a swimming pool, and every other amenity that a wholesome estate like this should have. Now, Billionaire City by Cedarwood, aside from the amazing features it will have, is enjoying good infrastructural development, which you can see. And guess what? This is even pre-launch, right? Billionaire City by Cedarwood also enjoys an amazing location. Sitting on the scenic Amachai quarters, Billionaire City by Cedarwood is a stone throw away from your favorite landmarks. Talk about the Asaba Benin Expressway, talk about the Asaba International Airport, which means that you actually have ease of access when you acquire a parcel of land at Billionaire City by Cedarwood or when you eventually live here. Aside from these landmarks, you also have the Nexen Octo Center, there's the Asaba Ultramodern Mechanic Village, and of course all the landmarks in the city of Asaba. Billionaire City by Cedarwood has the title called Freehold, and here you can acquire a parcel of land at the pre-launch price of 10.5 million naira. But guess what? When the window closes, you'll be acquiring a parcel of land here for 15 million naira. If you do the math, you'd realize that you'll be saving a whooping 4.5 million naira when you subscribe for a parcel of land at Billionaire City by Cedarwood. But guess what? One plot of land isn't enough for you. How about you get more, and more? When you do the math, you see how much you're saving. And of course, if you have the investment mindset, you see how much you're making in return on investment. Do well to subscribe to Billionaire City by Cedarwood, because this estate will be pretty sold out. In the last couple of days, we've had dozens and dozens of realtors and investors come here. Everyone loves it here. I do too. And hopefully, I'll have a plot at Billionaire City by Cedarwood. Thank you.